Hello, welcome back to more Let's Play. No, Let's Play, walkthrough, Final Fantasy 1, whatever we're calling it now. And we are here to return the crown to the king, since we got that out of the Marsh Cave last time. Except he had an evil laugh. But he is Astos, which I'm pretty sure I called him the other day in the episode where we met him. I think I kind of gave it away and called him Astos off the rip like. To be the true elf king. Man, I've got to say, I loved Astos in Stranger of Paradise. Astos was by far my favourite in Stranger of Paradise. Right, how do I want to do this? Probably a null shock. I do have a very dedicated way I would like to try and do this if I can. I mean, them EOE spells, they hurt. Especially our poor little black mage. Our poor little black mage just gets... He gets devastated by them. To the point where I am going to have to heal him here. Do I want a null blaze? We'll null blaze. I definitely want a... temper on me monk as well. Blind I don't mind. Blind I can heal, that's fine. I would have rather blind got me white mage and me black mage. I would have rather Kali and Hubert got hit by that, but beggars can't be choosers and all that. I still need another potion on him. I would like to start casting Invis or Null Frost, but I need to get rid of that blind. I said if I Null Frost with you and if I put you, I will put the black mage on a turn behind for that. Null Shock's going to come in handy there. There we go, cut the damage in half. That's all it does now. So it's not like 10 where, you know, it emits the damage for one turn and then disappears. There we go. There we go. But see, if I hadn't got that Null Shock up before, I would have been dead and I wasn't running the risk of getting hit by Blizzara. But we get the Crystal Eye for our troubles. Now, if you remember, there was somebody that was after a Crystal Eye. So why don't we go take this all the way back to Matoya? As my cat meows in the background there. I tell you, I'm pretty sure you remember where Matoya is. If not, I'll show it on the map when we get up there, and I'll take care of this and I'll just make it right outside of Matoya's cave. I know I said I made it Matoya's cave, but just before you come up past Cornelia and you can literally just skip under the bridge that was built to get you to Provoker. And that will nicely get you to Matoya's cave. Rather than, you know, thinking you have to duck up a Cornelia and walk all the way up. Just in case, you know, somebody's looking at this here and they're not entirely sure. If they've not played it before. If you remember, Matoya's cave is a place where the brushes give us stupid useless information because the map's already available to see, so it doesn't really help us with anything at all. Although this is going to be a good episode, this one. We've got a lot of things we're going to go looking for in this episode. An awful lot of things. I love the music of Matoya's cave. My Crystal Eye. So here we get the Jolt Tonic. Now, if you remember rightly, there was a certain elvish prince. Wow. Does that change for any of the characters? Nope, fair enough. Yeah, so if you remember, there was a certain elf prince that was asleep. So I'm just going to meet us back at Elfheim now. I don't see the point of showing you how to get there. I've showed you how to skip under the bridge from Matoya. So we'll go straight to Elfheim. And we will wake this prince up. So I'll meet you guys there. Right, so we're back at Elfheim. I took the chance there to heal up while I was there. Before coming up to speak to the young elven prince. Well, I'm saying the prince, we've got to speak to his doctor. This Jolt Tonic. Would the curse not be broken because I killed Astos though? Like, would that not break the curse? Like if Astos curse them, is that how curses generally work on these types of things? And we finally going to get that Mystic Key, which means this is going to be an episode of treasure hunting. Yep, you heard that right. So with the Mystic Key in hand, there's now quite a few treasures that become accessible to us. Like those ones over there. So let's make our way there before we head pretty much everywhere else in the world, to be honest with you. Anywhere that's had locked doors, we can now just stroll on into. So we get a Mithril Hammer, 800 gil, 700 gil, and some bronze gloves. Now the bronze gloves are arguably better than the leather gloves, but not by much. The Mithril Hammer, I never really liked hammers. I mean, the White Mage can use it. But even then, I never really give the Mithril Hammer to the White Mage. I mean, I suppose I can, there's no harm in it. Might as well. Nah. I don't need the Mithril Hammer. I do it. Nah, Joe, I'll do it. We get a little bit extra damage out of it, I guess. So, from here we are going to be going all the way back to the Western Keep now. All the way back to Astos' evil lair. Oh, let's have a look what that Mithril Hammer's doing for our White Mage. Wow, 9 damage. My god. I mean, better than nothing, I guess. If the White Mage got a turn first, we probably wouldn't have had to waste another turn for our Knight or whole fight to hit that top ogre, I guess. But, you know, so it's not really something I'm going to write home about. You know, a Mithril Hammer and 9 damage, I generally don't bother. Like, in situations like this, right, it's just so much easier just to chuck out a fire or a Thundara. And just hope that your Black Mage goes first. He does! And everything dies. Like, oh, got some nice level ups there. Glitch is getting some more strength and HP. Hubert finally got some more HP and intellect. So did Raiko. Raiko got more HP. Which is always nice. It's always nice, especially on Hubert. We like to see that HP on Hubert. Now, the Western Keep. I believe there's only one locked room in here. I'm pretty sure. There's only one locked room in here. I'm pretty sure it's this one down here. Looking at the map, I can't see anything else. We got monsters! Mummies. We've got to fight mummies. Honestly, I don't really want my Black Mage doing anything here. But we get some mummies. The Aura will do enough damage to kill them. Honestly, I took that pause. I wasn't expecting the Aura to kill. But in there we get the Power Staff, which we can put on our Black Mage. Why not? So, another chest with monsters, as always. Honestly, the same thing. Wraiths are undead as well, so might as well hit them with the Aura. If you didn't get the Aura for your White Mage, you can just use Fire, to be honest with you. I probably will be making a run back to Elfenheim after this. But in this chest we get the Falcon, which is just as good as the Broadsword. And nobody else can equip it. If you've got a Thief, the Falcon's actually really good for your Thief. I mean, I'll equip it on the Warrior just so we can see what it looks like in battle. Finally, we get more monsters. Lots and lots of monsters. I'd love to know how these monsters get in the chests, mind you. Like, how are they hiding in there? But in here we get these steel gloves. Now the steel gloves are very nice, although our evasion goes down because of the weight. But we do get a little 2-point increase in defense. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave this keep. It's square to open your map. There we go. I finally figured it out. Yeah, see, because you can actually check to see if you've got them. So we've got 6 to pick up at Cornelia, some to pick up at the Cure Shrine, but it's not all 10. Matthai's Cave's done, the Elven Castle done, Western Cape we looted. We've got 3 to go getting the Marsh Cave. But I'm gonna... Actually, do I need to run back to Elfenheim? I've got plenty of sleeping bags and potions. We'll raw dog and I've got plenty of sleeping bags and potions. But we are going to want to go... we are going to have to go back into the Marsh Cave now. You have to go all the way back down to the bottom of the Marsh Cave again. I mean, honestly, I've put on my Black Mage attack now, you know. He's got 12, he has got 12 attack. The monk will never ever get a weapon, by the way, ever. You can use nunchucks. Yeah, you can use nunchucks on your monk, and up until like level 5 or 6, they're kind of useful. But once you start getting your strength up, just having him use his fists is so much better. Like I say, that Falcon Sword I've got, if you're running a thief or a red mage, it's really good on them. Oh yeah, watch out for these zombies, they can stun with their attacks. Yeah, see, look. All of our party can just hit the shambling hordes of the dead now. So, we'll come down here, and I might heal up before going into here actually. Again, make sure you have plenty of antidotes before heading into here. Everything in here likes the poison. And yeah, let's say the square button works in here as well. Which means I can finally show you that wonderful little trick I was on about when we were here last time. About how to see which rooms have treasures in. Why did I say rooms like that? What am I, the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland? Who are you? But we continue on down. Now again, there is some more monsters to fight here. I think I'm just going to go after that Bloodbones with fire and... yeah, do that way. Between a fire and our monk, we should be able to get rid of that Bloodbones. Yeah, he's still alive? Not anymore, he's not. Come on, Dukas. Fine, fine. We'll rattle through it and heal after the battle again. I think this is the only things the earlier Final Fantasies are a bit more harsher for, is the spell charges. And so in this room here, you can move your camera about, right, and we can see. Once you're in a room, I mean, look, it works as soon as the roof in the room disappears. And there you go, you can actually see which rooms have the treasure in, or which rooms have the ladders in, or whatever it is that you might be looking for at that time. Like, it's really nice to be able to do that and just have a quick peek and go, right, I want this one, and that one. Remember the first one you're going for, then after that, just wing it straight to there. Have a quick look at your map again, go to the next one that has the treasure in, Bob's your uncle, finish your hand, off you go. Nice and easy, nice and easy. And that is something that we'll 100% be doing down here. So, we pop our head in this room here, you can see. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Nothing, nothing. But as you can see, there's more rooms down here. So we want bottom right, left and middle left is what we want here. So for the bottom row we want 1, 2, skip 3 and go into 4. Can I be bothered to fight these scorpions? Probably not. I mean, I should for the XP, to be honest with you. But at the same time, I'm not that interested in fighting them. Mostly because of the antidotes. I mean, the longer I'm stuck in battle with them, the more I get poisoned. So, like, is it really worth it? Not really. It's not fair, bad. Right. Obviously, I switched the warrior sword from, you know, the broadsword to the falcon. The The Falcon has a really nice look in battle. If I can get rid of the Tarantula, and he gets rid of the green slime, then he can get rid of that one over there, and then I can hopefully escape without being poisoned. That's literally my play here, is to just escape without being poisoned. While also holding some spell charges back. I don't want to use all my spell charges in one go. You do still have to make it out of here as well. Don't forget that. What's my spell charges on actually? Ooh. Oh, that's fine, that's fine. I've still got 3 Bizarros. That's okay. I need to check because you can walk around them dudes, by the way. You don't have to fight them. Ah, I didn't mean to just hit attack there. Well, I guess I'm just pummeling these guys to death. It's going to take too long with them. Don't think the power staff has anything usable in combat. Some weapons have a secondary ability hidden behind them. Say just a staff with a good attack power. It's triangle on your item menu to do that. You can actually have a look to see if, you know, some weapons are really good as used items in battle for casting buffs on yourself or attacks on the party or heals, stuff like that. And more level ups. Agility is always nice to get. But in this one we get attacked by monsters yet again. Anacondas this time. Now, not much to say about the anacondas really, apart from just blow them over with a Blizzara. That's pretty much the quickest way to get rid of them. You can chuck a Fire, Thundara, Blizzara, whatever you've got, just chuck it at them, they're dead. But for killing them, we get the Silver Armlet. Now, the Silver Armlet is a lovely body accessory with a massive jump in defense. And I would normally give it to me White Mage, but honestly, I think I'm going to have to give this to me Black Mage. Because his HP is just so far behind. Now this battle here, this is just some more Disco Demons. It's free XP, so why wouldn't I? You know, it's free XP. We all like free XP. Alright, that wasn't enough to actually kill them, which I'm not very happy with. But we survived. We can just go straight into pummel mode now, really. Go! Pummel! Activate! Beat their asses. Now, normally what I would do, I would normally chuck a Blizzara at them. But I don't want to run out of Blizzara charges too early. As we do have another 2 sets of them to fight, and I would like to keep a Blizzara for each other stack of them we have to fight. None like them ones there. They're not optional. They are hidden in the chest. So there's not really much for my White Mage to do. Tell you what, my White Mage can heal themselves though. Let's do that. Check out the Blizzara, and since my warriors attacking the one in the front, I'll have my monk hit the one in the back. I mean, these things can just hit hard physically. No, that 49, that would have killed my Black Mage before that Silver Armlet. He wouldn't be here any longer. That does no more damage than what Fire did, really. But now we're down to 2 of them, it's much more manageable. I'm still going to be popping them heals, I'm not going to lie. But I also know at the same time my monk and my warrior can take care of the scraps that's left. So I'm not concerned. And neither should you be. Get good guild from them as well as experience, but all of that for an antidote, like one measly little antidote is all we got out of that. And it hardly seems worth it. Now remember, we skipped room 3. If you remember from when we came in, and I showed you how to have a look into the rooms while already being in a room. The 3rd room had nothing. The 4th room has the last treasure in here. But we can fight these ones. I have some single target magic I can use. I just have a full faith in my monk killing that one in the middle by himself. The warrior White Mage combo and the Black Mage I'm not 100% on. Yeah, I thought the monk would. Oh, he should. He did. We'll chuck an antidote and a potion on him after this battle's over. And a potion on the white mage as well. That is one thing I can't stress enough in this game though, right? If you get status or you need healing, do it as soon as you get out of the battle you're in. Look at this fancy room. If you look, these are the last treasures. But you can also just do this. We say we're missing one more, which is his final one. And more monsters. More monsters in the form of 4 more Pisco Demons? Pisco Demon? Psycho Demon. Pisco Demon. Pisco Demon just sounds weird. It just sounds like a company that sells piss. I'm not gonna lie. Well, shit. My monk needs no help whatsoever apparently to kill anything. This is why, I mean, honestly, you could do away with the knight and just run double monk in this game with a white mage, black mage, and you'll be absolutely fine. The monks do so much damage. But for doing all of that, we get 1020 gil. Kind of a worthless reward. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to obviously heal up. And I'm going to make my way back to Elfheim. From there back to Cornelia Castle. And I will meet you outside of Cornelia Castle. I'll be right back. Right, so we're back here at Cornelia to go and loot the Cornelia Castle rooms. If I can remember where they are. Pretty sure they're on the bottom floor. Almost positive none of them's on the top floor. I could be wrong because God forbid Cornelia was actually made to make any sense. I mean, why not confuse your enemies when they attack? Confuse your enemies, confuse your allies. Makes perfect sense, if you ask me. I don't know, I'm just doing this to dumb. I'm an idiot. I forgot about this outside path. So I'm going, how do I get there? I said, outside path, dude. Come on. Keep up. So there's 2 here. Which in this one here we have the mithril knife, a saber, and a cottage. And over here we get the iron armor, a tent, and the nitro powder, which is a key item. We need that for the story later on. So even if you're not going to do all the Mystic Key jumping, at least come to Cornelia and make sure you get yourself the... Why would they give us weapon that's worse? Come and get the... I'm here because I'm sure I've got iron armor, but I already have some. Yeah, make sure you at least come to Cornelia and get yourself the nitro powder. That's all there is to be getting here. So now we are going to make our way back to the lovely Kiosk Shrine for the last few treasures we can collect up there. Again, you can see there, Cornelia, 6 out of 6. So, really, little goblins. So if you want to skip on buying the iron armor at Elfheim, you can. It doesn't make too much difference with you getting one for free. But I have an unmistakable desire to buy everything the first time I can buy it. I don't like doing repeat visits or having to wait till later to buy it, but that's just me. Now in this place, if you remember, there was 3 doors we could not enter when we were first here. Ghoul. The ghoul's dead. Those 3 doors we could not enter. This bottom one we get the Ruin Blade, which honestly not another bad shout to put on the thief. It is a sword that does more damage against spellcasters. I'm saying more damage. It deals extra damage to spellcasters. You know, if you fight a mage or a wizard, you will deal more damage with the Ruin Blade. And if we go to the top right, past all these silly enemies, there we go. We will get ourselves a Werebuster and the Gold Needle. Ego Needle. So the Werebuster, sort of more effective against beasts. We fight more beasts than we do Runecasters. Runecasters? Spellcasters. Like these guys are beasts. We didn't deal that much damage, I'm gonna be honest, warrior. Pick it up, dude. Come on. Come on. Well, I'm saying more damage against base, specifically more damage against were-base, so werewolves down by Elfenheim. And just to show you in the, up here, we've already looked at that in our first visit, same as that one. We're now done with the Chaos Shrine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my way back to the boat, and I will, yeah, I'm just meet you back to the boat at the bottom of Cornelia there, and I'll see you there. Right, so now we're back to the boat with absolutely no direction from anything or anybody in the game, apart from the fact we have some nitro powder. We now have to go find our next part of our next story beat, our next story segment. What we're going to do here is we are heading to the northwest, up here. So obviously it's all taking place on one on you know, this first continent that we can access. Obviously it's not going to let us go any further than that. I'd say it for a while, but it's not for that much longer really. I mean, yeah. So no, I want me boarding the dock properly, thank you. There we go. So from up here, all we're going to do now is we're going to head down south. Unfortunately, Wild Wolf does not activate the Werebuster. It has to be the Werewolf specifically, which is kind of a shame. I think they really missed something, just making that just, you know, deal extra damage against bases in general. But this is where we are heading. To Mount Dugar of the Dwarves. Lally ho! We're going to loot the place while we're here, obviously. I mean, say they've got a smithy at the top. As you can see, not many treasures in places. All of them are in bulk in one place down there. There's what there's 8 down there. But we're going to have a little poke around while we're here, you know, see what's going on. But hey, Smithy. If only I could hear some of the legendary metal adamantite, I'd be able to craft such a magical sword. I apologise to anybody out there that's Scottish that just heard that absolutely abysmal Scottish accent. I apologise profusely for it. I really do. Maybe we get a tent, a great helm, the worm killer, an ether, a potion which we can't carry any more of, mithril meal, 575 gil, and a cottage. I can't carry any more potions because I'm maxed out on potions, because potions aren't very expensive at all. But we got some decent stuff there. So the worm killer does more damage against dragons, and I mean the fact that it gives us a +1 attack anyway, we're going to be using it. The great helm, it's just good business. Now the mithril meal, right? The mithril meal is it's a weird one, right? It technically is really good defense, still at 31 defense. I mean, he still doubles anybody else's defense, even with the mithril meal, right? The problem is, I mean, obviously his evasion goes up, but I still don't like the mithril meal. And we didn't really get anything else useful there. Now, obviously, items-wise there, and I want to touch on the ether. So it's 1 MP for each magic class, each level of magic. Now, that's not something that was traditionally available within the original run of this game, right? You could not, you couldn't use it. I don't know why I'm going into that. I want to be over here. You couldn't restore your MP outside of resting up or using a tent or a cottage. If you don't want to use it for aesthetic reasons, you know, wanting to have that old school vibe, then fair enough. I'm probably going to use them, I'm not going to lie. But while we're here, I am going to say everything apart from the Rune Blade and the Werebuster is getting sold. It's all useless. I'm never ever going to do it. I'm never going to use it. But, you know, if you want to hold on to some things, you can, there's no harm in it. But we talk to Nerek here. The explosive force in his powder will harm a candle open in no time, and I owe you banes. Terrible Scottish accent. And not a single one of these dwarves, despite the fact they all go lally ho, says Okai the New. Knew we can blast this rock to smithereens. Which you standing round for? The power to set the blow. Unless you're planning on going with it, you'd best get out while you still can. That's a very polite way of saying it's going to explode, let's run away, I've set a bomb. Now that this might seem like a really stupid thing to do, but what it does is it's going to blow away a bit of land for us. Don't ask how far that tunnel goes down, by the way, because it does not look like it should go that far down. Now, I suppose technically you could come up to Mount Duga before going to Elfheim and everything else, and you could loot all them weapons. You could run, you know, early Great Helm, early Wormkiller. There's nothing stopping you, technically. But, you know, it is what it is. I did not. I have got them now. I can't actually think of any point in time we're going to fight a dragon, neither for the Wormkiller to actually take effect over the Weresword or the Runeblade. But if you keep all of them, you can actually just, you know, change them in battle. Like this. You just press Y, click on the Wormkiller, click the Werebuster, bam, you've got the Werebuster equipped. Don't want that equipped anymore. Let's go into battle. Replace it with the Wormkiller. Job's a good one. So you can change it as and when you need them. Like say there was an Ogre Mage here. I would swap to the Runeblade. I don't think this game has Ogre Mages in it. I will swap to the Runeblade to deal increased damage. Increased damage? Increased damage to him because he's a mage. It's just one of those things. But now that we have made that giant massive hole in the land, we can take our boat through there now. Now, there is new places to dock on the southern side of this continent. Whether it's worth it or not is a different thing. I've got some gold natives, I'll be alright. There's not many new places you can really dock at. Well, I'll go through here and I'll show you where we're supposed to be heading next. And what I might do is I'll turn the counters off and we'll take a quick fly around just to see if, you know, I can show you the new places I say to dock after this battle. I'm not going to be missing out on that much experience, not fighting Sahajins on the high seas. I mean, they don't give that much. Although, yeah, we'll just quickly turn the counters off. I'll turn them back on after this. As you can see now, we have access to this bottom half of the bottom half of the continent now, right? We had access to it before, but we've got access to take our ship round there now. So there's a dock at the bottom of Elfenheim here. If you want to revisit Elfenheim for whatever reason from that side, you can. As you can see, there's not really anywhere else around here to dock. See? It's all tidal inlands and stuff. Yeah, there's a dock up here, but you can see on the map there, further inland, you can't get anywhere because of tight rivers. We are missing what is still needed to travel the rest of that distance, and I mean up here there's nothing. I mean, I guess there is this here. If you want to come on power level, this is probably where I'd do it. You're going to fight stronger monsters down there than you would anywhere else for this point in time. I'd probably just dock your boat there. Or you can dock your boat in that other one we just saw there, to this little top hinge here, and walk to the very tip of this continent up here, right to here. And you might be able to fight the occasional battle with enemies from the other continent. I don't know if they fixed that in this one. And that's how it worked in I believe it was the PSP version of the game. I'm not sure if it works like that in this one. As you can see, you got Matoya's Cave there. I'm going to have to go all the way back around all this land to get to where we need to go. We'll have a little look. I'm not going up to the top there. There's, to my knowledge, absolutely nowhere up here to dock your boat. Not like there should be on this lovely bit of land that looks like a bird. Yeah, see, look. This place is all surrounded by mountains. I mean, you can tell by looking at the map, really, whether they've got a dock or not, because they have a little slit on the inland part. It's really hard to show, but if you look at the bottom of the map, just underneath Cornelia, you can see like a little slit into the map. There are your docks. So you can see your docks from the map, but there's nowhere to dock on this side. I mean, thankfully this side here is nowhere near as big or bad to come round as the previous side was. But before we end this episode, we'll go into the next town and we'll have a little look, you know, see what they've got available at the shops, equipment wise, spell wise. See if we're going to be doing any grinding without money. Notice a lovely little cave down there. A nice little arrowhead. Is this a peninsula? Arrowhead Peninsula here. Very nice, very nice. With another cave. There's 2 more caves to go exploring in. But what we're going to do is we're going to dock right up here. Turn encounters back on now. And walk into Melmond. This looks like it's seen better days. Restore the crystals. A vampire. I don't know about you guys. I don't want to be fighting no vampires. In the cave on the southern tip of this continent lives a man named Sada. He's a wise man and he knows much. Go. What's his name? He's come all the way from Duga. I've heard the ancients possessed something with the power to make ships. That's probably just a lie. Yeah, I wouldn't believe in any of those ancient scripts, my dude. They're probably just lies. Oh, another wise one. The Cavern of Earth is to the south of Melmond on a peninsula called the Devil's Tail. Oh, well, that must have been the one we went past before. Let's have a little look here to see what they're selling. What have they got for us? Knight's armor. Very, very expensive, but as you can see, very, very good. Great helm we've already got, and silver armors we will need to pick 2 up of. But we also have, let's see here, a pair of leather gloves to sell, a pair of bronze gloves, a copper armor. Mithril mail sells for a lot of money. Sell our iron armor, our helm, both the staffs. Now we can sell the mithril knife, the falcon, saber, broadsword, but keep the rune blade and the werebuster. That still doesn't get us anywhere near what we need for that that knight's armor. Oh, that was me thinking we were going to have a day where I didn't do that. But then I said, no, I will go and grind for that knight's armor. Believe you me, I will grind the 36,000 gil required to buy that knight's armor. But I will do it obviously like I've done with my previous grinding. I'll do it with experience turned off. And just increase the gil amount so I'm not grinding for as long. But it's also so I don't gain any extra levels. So we have a staff, saber, longsword and a falcon. Now the longsword is technically better than what we've got. It's got what, an attack of 20 versus the worm killer's attack of 19. So you could buy it if you want. I mean, it's 1 point of damage. It's not massive compared to the worm killer. And I mean, the trade-off is the accuracy. The worm killer does come with a plus 15, so I don't find the need to get to buy a longsword. Just stick with the worm killer, swap out to the werebuster or the rune blade if needed. Now the life shop though, so we can get Curaga, fantastic. Life, also fantastic. We can revive people in battle. Although you can buy Phoenix Downs now, so it does kind of make the life spell a bit redundant. Do I really want to waste a spell casting slot to bring somebody back when I could just get healer for full HP? Right. Although, you know, obviously we're going to take Curaga, right? I'm 100% going to take Dialga. Life is entirely up to you. I'd rather just buy Phoenix Downs myself, or just, you know, not die. And now I understand Phoenix Downs are expensive, but as you can see, this game isn't hard to make money. Although healer is good. No, life. We're going to take life, right? Here it'll be explained why later on why we're not taking healer, but we're gonna get an item that's gonna pretty much do the job of that spell for us. So I'm not, yeah, no, we'll see what we got. So here we get Slow Ray, reduces attacks. Teleport, which is kind of meh. Don't really like Teleport. All it does is take you to the previous floor repeatedly. I mean, what's this, a level 5 spell, right? We've got what? 3 level 5 charges, so I can skip 3 floors and that if I don't cast Fire Dagger at any point. And let's be honest, I'm not going to not cast Fire Dagger. Scourge sucks. Instant death, never going to work. Slow Ray we take, just because, you know, we haven't got any other level 5s. Plus, rather than being AoE like Slow is, it's heavy in favour, reducing enemy attacks. Obviously not slowing the enemy, it reduces the number of hits the enemy gets. But off screen I'm going to grind, I'll get that Knight's Armour. I'm also going to get... hang on, the Knight's Armour, the 2 Black Mage spells, and I also want to have at least 10 gold needles before the next dungeon, right? Now, yeah, I'm probably going to do it that way. I'm just trying to work it out in my head if that's how I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'm going to do it that way. I want about 10, so another 4 golden needles. So we're going to make a save here. There is something else I want to show off in the next episode. There is an area that we can actually access on the other side. If you want to, the enemies are a lot stronger, and I don't know if we have the strength to get through them. But there is a high possibility that next episode might start with us all the way down by that lovely crescent-shaped lake in the bottom right of the map. I might do a very early crescent lake run, depending on the quality of the equipment and gear sold there. Obviously, if it's miles better than what I can get here, but that does push your power level well above where you're supposed to be now. But it is an option. It is an option. But for now, this is, like I say, I'm gonna grind up what I need, bare minimum, to buy the Knight's Armour and the last 2 level 4 spells. So what, 36, well, 44,000, which shouldn't take long. And then 4 gold needles, 4 or 5 gold needles to take for the next dungeon. But as always, this is Daddy Gladdy signing off. Catch you in the next one.